Coverage you can count on. This is WAAY 31 News at 6.
Thanks for joining us for WAAY 31 News at 6. I'm Nikhil Williams.
And I'm Dan Schaefer. We are under a 31 alert day today and the rest of the week for that matter, for excessive heat. Chief Meteorologist Taylor Canoes joins us now to show us exactly what we can expect out of this week's potentially dangerous high temperatures.
Yeah, we had highs in the mid to upper 90s this afternoon and more of that to come over the next several days. It is still dangerously hot outside. Take a look at our current temperatures in white, and the yellow numbers are our heat index values. 93 in Huntsville, feeling like 101 in the Rocket City. Meanwhile, in Decatur, still 94 with the heat index of 107 and 95 with the heat index of 105 around the Shoals. It is certainly a warm and if not a very hot Wednesday afternoon across North Alabama. More of this to come in the next several days. We have now expanded our 31 alert days to now include Saturday with more forecast highs in the upper 90s, and each of the next several afternoons could feature heat index values as high as 110. Of course, the highest of the heat is going to occur in the afternoon hours, but even during the overnights, we're not going to get a whole lot of relief with overnight lows in the mid 70s over the next several days. Here's a snippet of what we can expect on Thursday. The heat index back near 100 late tomorrow morning. Will be well above 100 throughout the afternoon, and then even the evening, just like this evening, will be on the hot side. High temperatures in the upper 90s Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. After that, we finally get some relief. I'll show you when 80s return to the Tennessee Valley coming up in a couple minutes.
Thanks, Taylor. Because of these high temperatures, Hands Across Decatur is extending their cooling center hours. Tomorrow, they'll stay open until 3 in the afternoon. It's available to anyone who may not have access to air conditioning or protection from the heat.
Don't forget to download the WAAY 31 Storm Tracker weather app. It'll keep you up to date on the current weather with our 31 triple Doppler. You'll also have 24/7 access to hourly and weekly forecasts. It's free for all devices.
New information on the shooting that happened yesterday on the Alabama A&M campus.
Alabama A&M students are trying to get settled into their classes hours after that shooting. Some gathered to pray today. WAAY 31's Georgia Clark has more after speaking to students and prayer organizers on campus. Georgia.
Well, the students in the Welcome Center prayed for protection and peace after last night's shooting. And one student I spoke with says they need prayer now more than ever. Now, the Reformed University Fellowship organized this prayer session in hopes to bring a positive light to such a scary situation. Lead minister for A&M's RUF chapter, Marcus Nobles, says this is just another opportunity for them to fellowship.
This moment that we're taking to come together and to pray is a beautiful opportunity to respond in a healthy way to heartbreaking and tragic things that happen in life. And even though it's unfortunate, it's still a great opportunity for us to come together.
Noble says any student struggling after last night's shooting should take advantage of the university's counseling centers and free counselors. Now, he also says speaking to religious leaders like himself can help someone after going through something so unnerving. We'll continue to pass along updates on this shooting as we get them live on air and online at WAAYTV.com. Georgia Clark reporting live, WAAY 31 News.
Thanks, Georgia. Alabama A&M's president released a statement this morning. He thanked the campus police department and said, quote, "I'm also proud of our students who displayed an incredible amount of patience and vigilance during an evolving emergency situation."
We now know the name of the person who died in the Huntsville crash that shut down Highway 431 near Dug Hill Road. 45-year-old Michael Witt from Gurley was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say his vehicle struck several cars. It happened during Tuesday's evening rush hour. Another driver was injured in the wreck and taken to the hospital. There's no word on that person's condition.
Closing arguments begin tomorrow in Lauderdale County in the trial of the Florence woman accused of beating her boyfriend's 3-year-old son to death.
23-year-old Yarrick Pride chose not to take the stand to testify in her defense. WAAY 31's Maddie McCaffrey reports from Florence.
Today, the defense for Pride rested their case after bringing 3 witnesses to the stand, including one of her sisters, who told the jury about the night little Caden Garner died. When the defense questioned Pride's sister, she told the jury Garner's father was abusive towards her sister. But when the prosecution cross-examined her, they pointed out she was not being truthful by showing video of her first interview 3 years ago at Kramer Children's Center. In that initial interview, she told investigators that her sister and Blake Townsend were in a loving and happy relationship. Townsend previously pled guilty in this case. DA Chris Connolly said it's been an emotional trial as it's been 3 years from the day Caden Garner was buried.
It's just, it reopens the wounds, and it brings you back to that day, and especially since it just happened to come up on the 3-year anniversary of what happened to him. So it's been tough.
Tomorrow, both the state and the defense will give their closing arguments to the jury. The judge will then instruct the jury on their deliberations. Reporting from the Lauderdale County Courthouse, Maddie McCaffrey, WAAY 31 News.
New at 6, a Jackson County man is in jail after police say he was caught with multiple weapons and drugs. 20-year-old William Gilliland is facing trafficking in illegal drugs and weapon possession charges. Police say they stopped Gilliland at a driver license checkpoint when they saw these weapons in his car. They found the drugs when conducting a search of the car. Gilliland is being held on a $95,000 bond.
Before former President Donald Trump's surrender in the Georgia election interference case tomorrow, jailers in Fulton County, Georgia, say they're worried for their safety. They say people are making threats against them and their homes. The district attorney and other county officials say they also receive threats. Law enforcement in the area will provide extra security to keep those involved in the case safe. Court documents show threats were also made against Trump. One Illinois woman now faces charges after threatening to kill him and one of his family members.
New insight as a former Huntsville police officer prepares for a second murder trial over an on-duty shooting. I sat down with William Ben Darby's wife. She talked about his time in prison, the new trial in December, their worries and their hopes. I also talked with the Madison County District Attorney and why he expects a new jury will reach the same verdict the second time around. It's coverage you can count on starting Thursday at 4:30.
Next, the new and extremely rare giraffe was recently born in a Tennessee zoo. What it's missing that makes it really stand out from other giraffes.
Plus, even through the suppressive heat, coaches and athletes are still preparing for the opening of football season. Precautions to take to keep student athletes safe.
And today goes down as one of the hottest so far in 2023 for the Rocket City. More of these temperatures to come in the next several days. I'll show you when relief arrives in North Alabama coming up next.
Coverage you can count on. This is WAAY 31 News at 6 with Dan Schaefer, Nickel Williams, Chief Meteorologist Taylor Knust, and sports with Nolan Knight.
New at 6, here's something you've never seen before. Take a look at this. It's an extremely rare spotless giraffe. It's the only one in the world. She was born last month, but made her public debut this week. The director of Bright Zoo says he's enjoying the whole experience.
It has been a wonderful experience. We've connected with zoos all over the world, talked to them, get their expert opinion. It's been a very exciting journey.
You can go to the Bright Zoo Facebook page right now to vote for a name.
Happening tonight, 8 Republican presidential candidates are expected to take the stage in the first GOP debate in just a few hours. However, the Republican frontrunner will be a no-show. Donald Trump says, in lieu of attending, a pre-taped interview with conservative host Tucker Carlson will appear on X, what used to be known as Twitter, at the same time as the debate. Both the debate and Trump's interview air at 8 p.m. Central tonight. Happening now, as the heat continues, coaches and athletes are still preparing for the upcoming football season.
And like we've reported before on local teams, the heat and humidity can be especially hard on young players. Mandy Gaither has more now on how to keep student athletes safe.
As the temperature rises, so does the danger, especially for young athletes training outside for the upcoming season.
These are potential life-threatening illnesses that, if aren't treated appropriately, can lead to catastrophic dangers.
Heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke can all strike when it's hot out. That's why everyone, from coaches to parents and athletes, needs to be aware of the danger signs, says Dr. Anna Carr-Chabra with Mayo Clinic.
People get disoriented, people get dizzy and have weakness, unusual behavior, headaches, vomiting, and so those are some of the signs you see.
Chabra says to also avoid scheduling practices and workouts when it's hottest out. Make sure everyone stays well hydrated before, during, and after practice. Use electrolytes to help rehydrate, but avoid caffeine, alcohol, and sugary drinks that can cause dehydration. Wear lightweight, loose-fitting, light-colored clothing. Have shade and cooling stations, and take it slow.
We want to increase intensity and duration of athletic activities over the course of 7 to 10 days. And that's really important for your bodies to get used to the heat.
Chabra says many times people don't think they need to stretch and warm up when it's hot out, but he says that's how players can get hurt.
So I don't think the weather should change your warm-up routine. So that's something that's completely separate to try to protect our athletes.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, WAAY 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Taylor Knust with 31 Triple Doppler.
And we are in the middle of 31 alert days because of the heat.
Yes.
Yeah, with all those football players getting ready for their first games, it's rough sledding out there for sure with all this heat. It's not fun wearing the helmets in this heat either, that's
right.
for sure.
So we have to really, really stay hydrated.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Yeah, parents and coaches, make sure the kids are getting frequently some water in their system, especially this time of the year with all this heat that we are going to continue to see leading up to our first games later on this week. It's not just us in North Alabama. We have numerous states under both heat advisories and excessive heat warnings. This is covering much of the central and middle part of the country here, from the Midwest all the way down to the south, dealing with widespread issues. Here locally, it's heat advisories that will remain in place for the next couple of days, all the way until 8 p.m. on Friday, and it's possible this will be extended through Saturday as well. We have extended our 31 alert day until this upcoming Saturday, so the next several days are expected to be dangerously hot, just like it has been this afternoon, and still is at this hour. 107 in Decatur, 105 in Muscle Shoals, 105 in Coleman are our current heat index numbers. It's 100 in Fort Payne at the moment. Actual numbers are in the low to mid 90s for most of the area, 93 in Scottsboro, 91 in Fayetteville, and 95 in Muscle Shoals. Trash Panda's back in action this evening. First pitch temperature of 92, but still feeling like the triple digits. Even at the last out, we're going to look at temperatures in the low 80s. Feels like numbers in the low 90s. Not much relief again tonight, with overnight lows in the mid 70s. Warm, muggy conditions remaining in place tonight, and that will set the stage for another hot day tomorrow. 97 with mainly clear skies. Heat index could climb as high as 110 tomorrow afternoon. Around Sand Mountain, mid-90s for most of your highs tomorrow. 92 in Rainsville, up to 95 in Scottsboro, 93 in Arab, and then Ardmore 95. We climbed to 98 in Decatur. Northwest Alabama getting mighty hot with a high of 97 in Rogersville, up to 98 in Russellville, as well as Cherokee. Handful of games get going for local high school teams tomorrow evening. First, the kickoff temperatures will be around the upper 80s, potentially near 90, and staying put in those 80s throughout the game. Both tomorrow night and on Friday night, those are what we can expect here locally. 31 triple Doppler, not seeing a drop of rain right now. We did have a brief shower pop up near Lake Gunnersville about an hour ago, but that has since fizzled out. Likely going to be dry the rest of the night tonight and as you head out the door tomorrow morning. But here's a look at around this time on Thursday to tomorrow evening. A handful of pop-up showers and storms will be possible. These are going to be very isolated. The wide majority of us are likely going to stay dry, not only tomorrow, but the next several days. Friday looking quiet for the majority of the area. Saturday now looking like it's going to be pretty quiet as well. Sunday's going to be our next realistic chance at scattered showers and storms. Right now I have our chance at 20% in the Tennessee Valley, but we'll keep an eye on it. We may need to rise that number up a little bit this weekend. Either way, Sunday is going to be at least slightly more pleasant than what we're experiencing now and can expect on Saturday. We go from 98 on Saturday down to 93 on Sunday afternoon. Still muggy though, so that heat index could be near 100 on Sunday afternoon. Humidity and temperatures will be on the downhill slide next week. Mid to upper 80s for highs and a couple storm chances to help cool us off next Monday and next Tuesday as well.
Right now, it seems like the best thing to do is stay home, stay inside, stay cool, if you can, right? If you have that luxury.
Maybe an idea.
Nolan?
Yeah, coming up next in sports, it's our final 31-team preview. We meet the 2023 Fife Red Devils when WAAY 31 returns.
Now, WAAY 31 Sports with Nolan Knight.
Well, 1 month ago, we began the countdown to the start of the high school football season with a tradition that has now run for 3 straight years. An idea, 31 teams in 31 days right here on WAAY 31. And again, that countdown comes to a close the day before the season begins. To wrap up this year's preview, we headed to the defending state champions. Let's meet the 2023 Fife Red Devils.
31 teams in 31 days.
The Fife Red Devils have been the staple for success for the past 9 years, claiming 6 titles under head coach Paul Benefield since 2014, and never posting a losing record since he's been at the helm.
The last 9 years since we've been running our offense, and we won a lot of games, and you know, may not be pretty sometimes, but it's efficient, and we'll keep on doing it till we can't.
The Red Devils went 15-0 last year and were the only school from North Alabama to raise a blue map at the end of the year. But in 2023, the legendary high school football coach knows that he's going to have to rely on his experience yet again.
They've been practicing for 4 or 5 years, and now's their chance to lay it on the line for their school, and we'll see if they'll do that. And hopefully there's not no losers left, because we get rid of most of the ones that don't want to play, and the only body left here is the kids that really want to play football.
For the players, the senior class is hoping for their 3rd state championship ring. But even if they don't claim it, to just suit up and play at Paul Benefield Stadium is enough.
Man, just in the locker room before you even get out there, when it's a big game, you can hear the stands, the crowd going crazy. Our fans are amazing. We got a bunch of support. It's definitely a lot of pressure, but it's fun. So.
The Red Devils will begin their search for another title Week 1, August 1st, at home against Geraldine.
And if you want to check out any of the other 31 team previews we've rolled out this year, be sure to head to our website, WAAYTV.com, under sports. All right, well, now let's talk Big Game Friday night. Our first show of the year is this Friday, and it's time that we reveal our first game of the week. It's Madison Academy on the road at Deshler. Max Cohan has the preview.
For the 2nd season in a row, Madison Academy and Deshler are meeting in a Week 0 showdown, and you know it's our game of the week.
We're excited. We feel like we have a good group of guys that enjoy being with each other, and you know, we schedule these games for the competition and to help us get us ready for region play.
That's one thing about Deshler. You know, we want to be standing at the end, and this is a great opportunity to see where we are.
Last year, the Tigers stunned the Mustangs in Week 0, pulling out a 42-35 win at Bill Washington Stadium for their first ever win against Madison Academy. And the Tigers kept rolling, posting a 12-1 record in Patrick Malone's first season at the helm, reaching double-digit wins for the first time since 2014. And though they have to replace 17 seniors this year, Malone says the expectations remain the same.
Well, when we came in, we talked about the standard of Deshler football, and the standard is the standard, and it doesn't vary year to year, game to game. It's always the standard, and so this group understands what it is. They understand the expectations, and so their job is just to do what they can do and follow the mold, follow the blueprint, and let everything fall where it falls.
On the other side, Madison Academy would go on to lose Week 1 as well, starting the season with back-to-back losses for the first time since 2017. But Coach Bob Godsey's squad would soon figure things out, rattling off 9 straight wins before ultimately falling to Sylvania in the second round of the playoffs. And at the start of the season, it's all about fundamentals and establishing your identity.
I just want them to play hard. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. It'd be hard not to come out of it, you know, a better team, regardless of what the scoreboard said. You know, there's no question that, you know, we'll be tested. You know, I just hope we can do a little better job this year of passing some of those tests.
You know, win or lose, we just want to play good football, play Deshler football, and then whatever happens after that happens.
We'll see which of the reigning region champs is standing tall on Friday night at Howard Chapel Stadium. Max Cohan, WAAY 31 Sports.
And it's not just high school football that returns this week. All fall sports will be underway, which means that this Thursday, the high school volleyball season tips off across the state. As for the defending state champion Westminster Christian Wildcats, They'll get their season started with a showdown against Randolph. Fall sports are here starting tomorrow. The wait is officially over.
You are going to be a busy guy.
Yeah, that's true. No more vacations.
Fall sports are here. Fall temperatures, not so much.
No, that's going to lag a little behind, but eventually it will get here. As far as the next several days, we do have dangerous heat in the forecast. 90s in the upper 90s for your forecast highs. Tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, we have 31 alert days in effect all 3 of those days. Please be safe if you're going to be outdoors for any extended period of time. Take frequent breaks and drink plenty of water over these next several days. We start to get relief early next week, and most of next week looking a lot better with highs in the mid to upper 80s. Humidity is going to be dropping by midweek next week as well.
All right, Taylor, thanks.
It's coming.
WAAY 31 gives you 24/7 coverage you can count on, local news, breaking news, and severe weather.
Watch WAAY 31 on all of our streaming platforms and download the only weather app with 3 live Doppler radars. We'll see you back here at 10.